Welcome to this special presentation on the Voices of History channel. I'm Larry Capetto. Folks, I've got a really special segment I put together here. It's called An Old Warrior. It features one of my World War II veterans, Lewis Johnson, whom I dearly loved and admired. He was my adopted father. I lost my father when I was 10 years old. Lewis became my adopted father, and we became great friends. And he is featured in this film called An Old Warrior. It really kind of just shows the aging process with the World War II generation and how we're losing so many of them. And when I started my work 20 years ago, 1,500 World War II veterans were dying every day in this country. Today there's probably less than a couple 100,000 of them alive, late 90s, 100 years old. And I'm just grateful I've got these stories. But this is an amazing story. It shows Lewis and I going into schools in the Denver area and the emotion that it evoked to the students. And I encourage all of you to watch this. Don't turn this off. This is a great video. You'll love it. It's about 40 minutes long. It's one of my special favorite videos, and I think you'll really enjoy it. I want to give a special thank you. John Penn, are you out there, John? John is a truck driver. He loves the Lord. He loves our veterans. He loves this country, and he has supported my work through the last year, the YouTube channel and now my radio station. So John, I love you, brother, in the Lord. I thank you for your dedication to my work and helping me to get this story out. And I put this together, John, for you, and I want you to know that. I salute you, sir. Okay. Folks, that's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and let you watch this program that's special, An Old Warrior. I'd invite you to share it with a friend. It's really heartwarming. You'll really enjoy it. It's not going to be a waste of time. Show it to your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors, your other veterans. I think you'll really enjoy it. And I would love to hear from you. If you would like to leave a comment after the video, that would be awesome. I would love to hear it. So anyways, okay, God bless you. Thank you for watching this channel. Thank you for listening to my radio station. And thank you for subscribing to this channel. God bless you.
You're watching Fox 13's Good Day Utah.
Welcome back at 7:55. Utahns who survived one of the most famous battles of World War II will soon be sharing their stories with a national audience.
Filmmaker Larry Capetto is putting together a documentary on the D-Day invasion. He joins us now to talk about the film. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to be here.
Tell us about the documentary.
This is a film documentary that I'm producing on the Omaha Beach landing on D-Day, June 6, 1944. And I've made it my mission to find the men that were there across the country and record their stories before it's too late. World War II veterans are passing away at an alarming rate. 1,500 per day are dying. So I'm recording pieces of history here.
Now tell us, you were just telling us a little bit about how you were out there on Omaha Beach last year. What was that experience like?
Actually, it was this year, the 59th anniversary of D-Day. I was on Omaha Beach at 6:30 in the morning on the Dog Green sector. If you saw the movie Saving Private Ryan, they depicted that landing sector. And I was there with my camera 6:30 in the morning, the sun's coming up, and I thought to myself, it is so quiet, it is so peaceful. 59 years ago prior, the American troops were just landing and the bloodshed had started.
So tell us some of the stories that you've heard from these men. There's so much more to learn than just reading the books, and probably than just seeing the documentary as well, actually listening to these guys for hours about this.
It's been a very historic and educational time for me. The stories that these men are telling are very dramatic and powerful. In fact, a lot of these men have never talked about their experiences until recently. I think they can sense the urgency of the times. They're getting older. Most of them are in their 80s, so they're talking. But, you know, they're telling me, I had one man tell me that the American public really couldn't stomach what really happened on Omaha Beach. We saw the movie Saving Private Ryan, and Steven Spielberg did a great job in that, and yet it went beyond that. And things happened that were so dramatic and so traumatic during that time that many of these men still have nightmares. They've told me, recurring nightmares, almost 60 years later, if you can believe that.
Wow. You know, the stories do seem amazing, just the clips that we've been showing this morning. Now, you're still looking for some more interviews?
Definitely. I'm recruiting World War II veterans of Omaha Beach in the Utah area right now. I'm here. I'm looking for them across the country, and I'm just very honored to do this for them. This is my tribute to these men.
So tell us a little bit about how you got involved with this. Why the interest now?
You know, I've been fascinated. As a little boy, I remember playing with soldiers for so many years, and I thought, well, maybe I was in World War II, you know, and I've come back. But my uncle served under General Patton in World War II. My father was in Korea, but I've just had a long time fascination and admiration for the World War II generation. In fact, when I hang my flag every day, for some reason my mind reflects back to that generation, and I think that was the greatest generation.
You think so? And do you think it was the sacrifices they made that really turned them into being the greatest generation, or do you think that that generation is going to be lost?
Well, I think we're forgetting. Time's put a lot of distance between us and World War II, but the fact that they went to war at a time when they had to go to war. I'd look into these men's eyes and ask them why they did what they did. They said because they had to do a job. They had to stop Hitler.
Larry, real quickly, where are we going to be able to see the documentary?
We'll be premiering it on PBS next year, and omahabeach.org is my website if anybody wants more information.
Boy, look forward to seeing that, really. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks so much for being here. The time is 7:58. There's a lot more to come in the 8 o'clock hour.
I'm going to introduce you to Lewis Johnson again. He's my adopted father. My father died when I was 10 years old, and I've kind of adopted Lewis as my father, and he said that was okay, and so it's been a good relationship that we've had. But I don't know how many more times we'll get to work together, but he's 89 today, and after he's done talking, I think we'll sing him happy birthday. What do you think? So, but I love you, Lou. And I'm going to give you the mic. We got about 10 minutes, and then we'll let the kids sing you happy birthday. How's that sound?
Okay.
Did you ever think you'd be 89 years old?
I never thought I'd be 90 or 89.
I've known him 9 years, so wonderful, wonderful man. I'm going to clip this on you again.
I wanted to be a pro ball player and play for the St. Louis Cardinals. Instead of that, I joined the Navy July 18th, 1942. We were so young. Most of us missed our teenage years. As a 19-year-old, I was full of horseplay. like a lot of young teenagers are. I try to get through these talks without choking up or crying, but even after all of these years, I still cry. The memory is still there. I still have nightmares. I guess the longest day of my life was in June 6, 1944. Two things I want to put across today. First of all, how important you young people are. You're extremely important. You are the future of this country of ours. I don't refer to you as kids. I refer to you as VIPs. So remember that. You're very important. You're important to yourself, your country, your family, and how I survived, why I'm here, is the same question that many veterans have asked. How come I survived? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm supposed to be here today to speak to you young people.
I love you. So that's a birthday cake for who?
That's a birthday cake for whoops. Lewis. That says happy birthday and thank you for your service and for.
Well, that's nice.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Mr. Johnson.
happy birthday to you.
Let's give him a hand.
Motion X is calculating your route. Proceed to the highlighted route. Prepare to turn right. Now turn right.
I'm excited this morning to see Lewis Johnson again. He's my dear World War II friend and adopted father. We're going to be working together again at a school here in Denver. And we haven't worked together for a couple of years. His health has been failing, so last time Lewis and I did something together was October of 2010 when I took him to Washington, D.C. with the Western Slope Honor Flight. It was an amazing trip. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing Lewis again and finishing my breakfast here in yet another Marriott property.
Continue on this road for 4 miles. Prepare to turn right onto Highway 42.
Hey there.
Oh, Larry.
How are you? I want to just tell you how excited I am to be back with you today. This is like old times.
Yeah, it is.
You look like the same Lou, you're just moving a little slower.
Very slow.
Yeah. What are your thoughts today about going to the school again and talking to the kids like we used to do?
I'm kind of encouraged. I'd rather talk to the kids than to the adults, because I think the kids are the ones that need to have an idea of what the war was like. And the only way they're going to get that is to talking to people like me, veterans.
Yeah. We've had a lot of good memories, you and I. I was kind of reflecting this morning as I got up, and it's like a reunion for us.
Well, I think about it every day because I go into the computer room and there are pictures of you and me and France.
What do you remember about the first time I interviewed you in 2003 in Lakewood? Do you remember that interview, the first time I met you?
Yeah, I do. But see, I hadn't talked about the war.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only after that interview with you that I started thinking about it. And then the more I worked with you, the easier it was to talk about it.
Yeah.
I still cry. Well, I probably will today, but I can't help it. Well, I look at that one picture without the cap.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was in combat just a couple of months after that picture was made. And I think about all the kids that young that were killed. They say that grown men don't cry. Don't you believe it? I still cry. I tried not to become too familiar with the soldiers because most of the soldiers that we landed were kids just like this, 19 years old. It's kind of ironic. I was too young to go into a bar to get a beer, but I was old enough to learn how to kill people.
I just want to personally thank Lewis. I love this man. He's an inspiration to me. Hopefully he was to you, and I hope we can work together again. He's almost 89 years old, so if you believe in prayer, pray for this guy. Let's get him strong and keep him out there. And he does live in the area, and I hope to be back here. But with that being said, I'm going to invite you to come down like all the other classes now. Just come on down over here if you can form a line and greet him. Give him a handshake, a hug, whatever, and appreciate your time. Thank you.
The program meant a lot to me today. My grandparents were in the war, and it actually really touched me a lot that he was able to come here and do this, and it really gave me a new look on life and what freedom really means.
It really gave me a new perspective on what veterans have really done for us and what freedom really means. I thought it was a very, very neat presentation.
It was really amazing to see how much people do for our country and what it means to us, because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here.
Quite inspiring. It was touching. You actually felt as if you were in the war, and there was a moment that I felt extreme pride, in which I felt proud of what our soldiers have done for our country, and now I feel what it means to have that seat in the classroom.
You know what? It's not very often that you get to meet an 89-year-old machine gunner from D-Day, so I thought that was really cool. This was a very interesting experience, and I just want to thank everybody that got this together.
Just a typical Colorado early spring day. Bright sunshine, cool, but will warm up to about 70. Tis a pleasure to live in Colorado.
Mr. Capetto is an honorary member of the American Legion and Veterans of Foreign Wars and a recipient of the George Washington Honor Medal. So if you would please join me in welcoming Mr. Capetto.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clout.
We've got a real special guest here. He's a World War II veteran, and his name is Lewis Johnson. Can everybody say hi, Mr. Johnson? You might want to put your hand up there. Okay. All right. We're getting ready here at Mead High School in Longmont, Colorado. And the students are getting ready to come in, and we're going to have a great program today. And Lou's all set in his little chariot here. We're doing good, and we're looking forward to a good show.
It's a beautiful high school.
When you leave today, write it down. You're going to be touched by Mr. Johnson and what he has to say. His 89th birthday was yesterday. And I met him when he was a young 80, so I've known him for 9 years, but he'll talk more about that later. He's a wonderful man. To the middle school students, he's like ancient history. It's like, my gosh, World War II, that's like way over there. Yeah, but listen, it'll really touch you. I'm going to roll you down front, okay?
Okay.
You got everything you need? Just hold on with both hands.
Private chauffeur.
Can you guys give another warm welcome to Mr. Johnson?
Here you go, Lou. I'm going to put another microphone on you. We talk about the young kids that fought and were killed in World War II. Words are easy to say, but what I want to show you is a portrait of me taken about 3 months before I entered combat. Would you take a good look at that and just realize, you can pass it around if you want to. Even though I'm 89 years old, I don't feel 89 up here. My body has taken a beating, and I don't get around very well. I was never a teenager per se. In my teen years, unfortunately, I was being trained how to kill people. I shot down and killed my first person at the age of 19. June 6, 1944, a day that will be remembered along with Remember the Alamo and other disasters that have taken place. Well, the moment we hit the beach and the ramp went down, the soldiers started to run off. This is when the Germans opened up. As I said on the video, thousands of bullets. You're so keyed up, your adrenaline is running so strong that you are not a normal person. Believe me, a combat man in that particular moment is not normal. And you get to the point where I don't give a damn if I do get killed. I just want to get out of this. It's scary. It is very frightening. On my beach, which was Omaha Beach, there were approximately 3,600 men killed in less than 8 hours. If you can imagine that. The body parts were scattered around to where it was impossible to walk in a straight line. One veteran on the video mentioned the blood, and that's true. I've seen it. The sand was red with blood. This is the bloody part of the story. I don't think you kids are too tender to listen to this, because you see so much on TV, so much violence. To this day, I don't know how I survived. I went through a lot of action, but I'm here. And incidentally, I don't call you guys kids. You're VIPs. You know what a VIP is? It's a very important person. And I consider every one of you young people VIPs. See, I'm an old man, 89. I've got maybe a few years left. And this amphibious cap here is one of the few that are left. Most of the men that were in the amphibious forces are dead now. I can't stand, but when I put my cap on, and I want to salute all of the people who have family in the military. And I want you to go home and tell them that
an old World War II veteran, he still remembers and is praying for their safety. So I salute all of the people that raise their hands. I salute their friends, their family. And you tell them that this old man still thinks about them. Thank you. Have a better day. Go out in the sunshine. You see the birds.
Meant a lot. Just how much they put out there for us and brought freedom. It's definitely changed the way I think now.
It was amazing, you know. I've never realized what they actually have to go through, and it's just hard, you know.
It's very emotional for me.
I just think it's terrible that someone would have to go through all of that. It's just crazy how someone could just go through all of that. It's terrible to hear. I didn't think I'd cry this bad. It was just really sad. I thought it was emotional. I thought it was, I don't know, it was touching. And what they went through. Man, I mean, like, when they make this out of a game, it's not a game, it's real. And killing someone changes everything. And, you know, I'm so blessed. I mean, to have freedom to come home every day. And, I mean, blessed for these people.
just what they went through. We don't know.
Be a good citizen. Love your country, love your parents, love your flag, love yourself. Because you are a very important person. Whether you think you're important or not, you are.
We're thankful for you and for him and for what you guys do every day.
You've said it better than any textbook could say it, than we could ever say it.
This is living history, and this is an experience that is not done when the chapter is over.
You know, we struggle every day to get our students to engage and to put their hearts into things, and they were fully engaged for the entire time because this was such a powerful message, and there's not, in my opinion, a more important message these students could hear, and they heard it today and they connected, and they're here 40 minutes after school to meet this amazing hero. And that's such a testament, and we're so blessed that you guys would share this with our kids.
We don't deserve what we have, but they do. And that they worked so hard for what we have today, everything.
I'm just outside of Louisville, Colorado, on my way to Westminster back to my hotel. So it's been a great trip. seeing Lewis again, highlight of my life. I'm enjoying my time here with Lewis. It's bittersweet leaving to go back today. I'll see Lewis again. I will. This has been an awesome opportunity to reunite with an old warrior of World War II. Like one of the students said, it's not often you see an 89-year-old machine gunner from D-Day on Omaha Beach. The kids got the message today, so.
Oh, I got some blossoms.